So, as of January 2024, nearly 63% of the population of Albania uses social media regularly. I've made a documentary about the online situation in Albania, and in particular, online crime, online hate speech, threats, blackmail, particularly how it impacts women. The situation is serious. At the start of 2024, there were 2 suicides in the country, which are supposedly linked to things which happened on TikTok. As a response to this, the Albanian government has been in dialogue with online platforms such as Facebook and TikTok to try and find a solution to the problem. At the end of August, there were changes announced in the local law which will allow AMA to intervene in the situation. I invited Armela to the studio to find out more. Armela, welcome to Inside Albania, and thank you for joining me on this topic, which I consider very important. I did a documentary on the phenomenon of online hate and online crime earlier this year, and I myself have been targeted on social media over the years. I've had death threats and things, and at the time that I was trying to report what happened to me, there wasn't very much understanding locally about the situation or the fact that what you do online can be as serious as what is done in real life as well. So I'm happy to see that there is more attention on this issue. There is a bit of controversy, but we'll get to that later. But firstly, welcome and thank you again.
Thank you so much, Alice, for your invitation. Thank you for the possibility to talk and to delve more in this issue. I think it's very important what our institution is doing, but let's say always there are talks on good and bad things, but even on good things, we are used to have a lot of talks. I prefer to call them talks, just in brackets.
Now, the issue with TikTok, I saw some data from UNDP that showed that there's a big problem in Albania with online hate, online bullying, harassment, and various other online crimes. And it's particularly impacting women in Albania. And this phenomenon is getting worse and worse. You know, I'm a mother. It terrifies me, the thought of my daughter going online one day. And social media has become such a big part of our life. And I'm concerned, but I also have this in my mind, you know, where should the authorities step in and regulate these platforms? Should it be the platforms themselves? Should it be the government, the local authorities? You know, how do we draw this line, ensuring freedom of speech, the freedom to express yourself online, but also protecting people? But how bad is the situation in Albania with problems in the online sphere? Because for the government to intervene directly with these platforms and say, look, we need to do something, it must have been quite a big problem.
I don't know about the government, but I have to say that we are an independent institution, even financially. So we are not depending by the government. We depend by the parliament, which elect the board of AMA, and the institution is under the civil servant law. So the employees, they are there for several years. Not only that, but we started this after the parliament approved the EU Directive 2018, which, among other things, has even this change of the law, which is direct for the video sharing platforms. If we say the video sharing platforms, probably the public is not understanding what it is, but in our daily language, we say Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and etc. These are the platforms that we are targeted in. It's very important for us to do something. The severe cases that we had, of course, they were a big alarm for the society. They were a big alarm even for some politicians. I have heard voices saying that we should stop this, we should stop that platform. For example, we had severe cases in TikTok, but other countries, I can say Bosnia, for example, they have severe cases in Instagram. What are you going to do? We have to shut down, to ban every platform. But we are a country that will live under closure. Can we be again under the closure? I don't believe in banning. I believe in education and rules, regulation, self-regulation, co-regulation. EU is doing exactly the same thing. Of course, we are not country of EU, but according to acquis that we have, the Parliament did on fast-track procedure the approving of this law. And after that, it was our duty to implement that law in the daily basis. Of course, it was a very hard job to talk with TikTok and to say to them that we need a co-regulation. Because, yes, they do self-regulation. Self-regulation when it comes to pornography, self-regulation when it comes to hate speech, but not in Albanian. They don't have moderators in Albanian. And that is, you can imagine, TikTok is spread it all over the world. So they can't have moderator in each language. And can you imagine this Albanian, which is a beautiful language, but it's not so much spoken. And I don't know, there are 10 million Albanians through the world, or 15, I don't know the numbers, but still is limited.
Yes, yes.
So we agreed with TikTok, according to our legislation, not more than that, only to our legislation, to have a co-regulation. Let's say to warn them, we have a direct channel with them, and we warn about these issues. But if you ask which are the issues, I have our data, which our institution is producing, because it's not me. There are employees of AMA doing this. And for example, if we see the numbers, these are for acts of violence. These for hate speech based on sexual orientation. We had also religious hate. We had also criminal acts. Or
So like threats.
criminal. Criminal. What happens?
In the video,
in the
something
videos,
like an assault or a theft.
Yeah, no. What happened? For example, they were not blurred, without technicals of covering the like every media can transmit then, but they have these technicals of blurring, or
you can do it on a phone.
They can do it, but
they
the platform itself doesn't have editorial responsibility, but even the user, because they are user-generated content.
Yes,
so,
that's what I mean.
So the user doesn't have any idea which are the good practices or how to communicate something, and they do it without filters, without nothing.
Yes.
But these are harmful for the development of the mental health of the people, and of course other issues. I can tell you they are removed from this platform very much videos which expose the childrens to pornography, drugs, alcohol, tobacco, or violence.
Yes.
Also, we had other videos which were reported by citizens for inciting violence or hatred. Also,
Blackmail.
They were a kind of blackmail. Or also audio files. Audio files. For example, I always show this case of audio file of a rape. Or I can tell you a story which really touched me. It was a girl asking for help to AMA after we launched this initiative. And she said, my photos are taken, I don't know from which source, Facebook or Instagram. And someone is using my photos, saying that I'm doing prostitution. So, and please help.
Yes.
And it was night. And the employees of AMA removed that content. They can't remove, but they report it in platform during the night, and in the morning it was removed. But this happened, the same story happened with an old lady. Very normal old lady. saying that this is doing this
Yes.
for this amount of money,
But
because
even
I don't want to
with
reply.
AI now, you can take a photo of someone, you
Yes,
can
you
create a
can-
video, photos, whatever. You can make them do. We saw it with Luana
Yes,
Violza. They
yes.
made a huge mess with this. The possibilities are endless. So because of this technology, it's become more important to
But
be able
when
to
it
control
comes
it.
to fake and deep fake, I think the platforms has this kind of AI,
Yes.
let's
Detection.
say, tools, and they can remove by themselves
Yes.
at some point, because they can understand the AI. They can understand which is deep fake, which is altered, and things like that. But we are contributing on those videos or audios which have this spoken Albanian language.
yes.
And it's not that we don't like that and we say to the platform, this is.
No.
No. We are obliged to report even the exact article of our law, which
It's been contravened.
it's been infringed.
Should a state sort of body be involved in regulating social media? Does this fall under the scope of AMA? AMA is TV, most people think of, but social media is now...
It's a new thing.
Yeah,
it's a new thing.
It does fall under that scope.
Yes.
People are getting their news from Instagram now rather than just watching television. As you can see from the Euronews social media, we put so much
Yes.
effort into doing reels because that's how people are. So does this fall under AMA's scope was one of the questions I heard. And could it be misused politically? Like, for example, if I went and I made a video criticizing the Prime Minister of Albania, blah, 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 and someone reported it and you went, well, that's not very nice. I don't like that she's saying that. We're going to take that down. This is what people are saying. Could it be used for censorship?
It's I don't think that there are normal people or normal citizens that are saying this. Because if you see our, let's say, the complaints that we have till now, I'm speaking till now, we don't have any of such at all. We have some of requests for banning this and that from the portals, which we don't have any competences on them, because of course the complaints, normal citizens complains for everything, but when it comes to portals, despite they have this video on TikTok, Instagram, and etc., the problem is that they have responsibility, editorial responsibility is on them. It's up to them. They are responsible to the citizens what they are writing, doing, and reporting. They have newsrooms. So they have this editorial responsibility. And the law is very clear on that. If it is political opinion, if it is a political event, if it is said by political premises, spokesperson and things like that, we are limited at that.
You can't. Yes.
We can't. Plus, we are not monitoring the platform. It's not AMA doing that.
No.
But we open this communication between the citizens on one hand and the platform on the other hand. And if you see our data reflect what we consider, because we have a group, it's Council of Complaints, of course they are overloaded now, but they are treating every complaint. And after they analyze the content, they see the infringement of the law, and after that, they report to the platform.
So if I see something I don't like on TikTok, anything I don't like, I send the link to AMA. AMA will look at it and will assess whether it violates any of the laws of Albania.
Yes.
So, and whether it falls within the competencies of AMA.
Yes.
If it does, then that's sent to TikTok, with the specific part of the law which you believe has been violated.
Yes.
And then TikTok will take it down, or they will then assess it themselves?
No, they don't take it down what we say, because after it will be like Ama being TikTok. It's not that situation. They have their own guidelines.
Yes,
they
of
have
course.
their own policy. So they respect their own guidelines, because they don't want tomorrow to be threatened by the law in the court
Yes.
on things like that. So they are very careful on that.
Yes.
It's not Ama banning the videos. It's TikTok.
Yes.
But we contribute to them, because they don't have this kind of possibility to
They don't
monitor
know the penal codes of Albania.
every language of the world. So it's a kind of collaboration that we have, and it's not something new. I am the president of MNRA, which is Mediterranean Regulator Authorities in all the Mediterranean area. And I have to say, when it comes to our problems, let's say in Mediterranean there is Italy, there is France, there is Spain, Portugal, which are totally okay with these platforms, because they are big countries, and everyone they have offices, not only TikTok, even other platforms, video sharing platforms. According to the law, probably they have some contacts or some offices. Even if they don't have offices, they are very willing to respond to big countries. And this is the problem that I raise in every situation, because the whole Balkan is threatened on this. And my initiative, let's say, started with Albania, but in 11th of October, we will have a workshop with TikTok, AMA, and CRCA, which is directed by Altina Azizai. We will have this workshop. Yeah, we will have this workshop together in Tirana. But I insisted, and it was the willingness of TikTok to invite the other regulators of the region. And the person in charge, the director of policies of Southeast Europe, thought that this workshop should be replied even in Bosnia.
Yes.
So it's something that every country should have.
Yes, of course.
This kind of possibility to communicate with platforms. If you have suspicions about our work, please come in AMA. Please come in AMA. Every video that we removed in collaboration, or TikTok removed because AMA said, is there. We can't share, but everyone can come and see with its own eyes. It's very important, this.
Yes.
The transparency is the base of this collaboration. And it's very important for us to be transparent with the public. We, every Friday, if I'm not wrong, we publish this kind of data.
Yes.
Because it's very important for us, for the people, to know what we are doing.
And this is my next question. So I've seen the data from the past weeks, but are you able to give me an overview of the data, the most recent data? How many complaints have you had?
Yes.
How many have been taken down? How many have not?
So if it comes to video reported about piracy, we have total reports which are 809. Blocked videos, let's say, there are 751, and but there are even profiles which are closed after this video reporting, but this is another issue. It's not up to us, it's TikTok for themselves. There are 98 profiles closed, which they were doing only piracy. It's
so counterfeit, not counterfeit, copyright infringement.
And in process by TikTok, there are 58 links or videos. Videos reported for harmful content. Complaints received, they are 351. But in violation with the law, there are only 99. So people complain, but not everything that people say passes immediately.
Yes.
We analyze, and we thought, or the authority, the institution thought, that only 99 were according to the infringements of the law.
Can people appeal if you say, for example, no, this doesn't violate the law, but I don't agree? Do I have the chance to resubmit or to appeal it with you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
They have it. They have it. They have it. You know, every decision that AMA makes, it's appealed in the board.
Okay.
After that, it's appealed in the court. So
Okay.
it's doable. Plus, we have from 99, there are 92 videos removed from the platform. Plus 2 audio for harmful content.
Good. Yeah.
So, and there are under review 5 videos. So they want their time. But this data where
This shows me that you get a lot of complaints, and
Yes.
it appears you're very careful and selective in deciding
course.
what goes through. But it also seems that TikTok places quite a lot of trust in AMA as well, because they are sort of agreeing with most of your
yes.
So
Yes.
this seems to be a good,
But because we are very careful.
of course.
We are very, very careful. Very, very careful, because we don't want this initiative to be ruined.
No, it's
But
important.
because it's up to TikTok. At some point, if they see that we overpass the law,
Yes.
they will say
Yes.
goodbye.
If they see you're
This-
using it for political reasons or abusing
Yes,
it, they will say,
abusing, they will say it's enough.
yeah,
So we don't want
no.
that position. We have this issue with TikTok, and I think it's going well till now, because so far so good. But we have also issues with Facebook.
I was going to say, if this works with TikTok, you have a model that can be then
Yes.
suggested to Meta, who I
Yes.
understand are tougher or more difficult to.
Okay, it's tough, but they have a lot of AI tools.
Yeah.
Very developed, and probably pornography or other issues, they are not so much as they were previously
No.
in TikTok. But on the other hand, we have problems of piracy. The absurd goes till at that point. Can you imagine? There is a pirate selling the product of audiovisual pay-per-view platforms. They are selling cheap because they don't produce nothing. And they are even monetizing this. So Facebook or Meta, now it's collaborating in a thief.
Yes,
In
it's because
piracy.
they take some of the money.
Can you imagine? Probably they don't know,
Yeah.
and they can't know. Because we are the institution which protect this audiovisual product of Albania.
Yes.
And we have to have a strong, let's say, voice to them. It's our duty. But of course, we started with this platform, which had these severe cases
Yes, of
that we mentioned during our discussion.
Thank you for explaining. It's clearer to me as well now, and hopefully it will be a bit clearer to others. Of course, I think there's always room for civil society and journalists to question these initiatives and to ask the difficult questions and things. But thank you for answering, and I wish you success with it as well.
Thank you so much.